Guardian Games 2023 is here and rolling for the next 3 weeks. The champ title is not too bad to get, and today I'll be telling you the most efficient way to get this title, along with best practices for getting the challenges done. The challenges themselves are very straightforward. Get medals, get kills, do stuff, but there is a way to complete several challenges at once. You just need to know what to wear and where to be. First off, the class item that you get from doing the intro quest line, make sure that it's on, okay? Class item equals Guardian Games, and no class item equals no Guardian Games. Fix your loadouts, make one specifically for this, or adjust the ones you have, because you will forget your class item. 100% you will, okay? Make the changes you need to not forget. Put it on, keep it on, if you want to participate in Guardian Games. Next, no more laurels. No more laurel farming. You do not need to farm laurels to buy cards. That is removed from the event. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then literally just don't even worry about it. So, first up, you're going to complete the intro quest. This is pretty self-explanatory. You just do an activity, and then you're going to talk with a bunch of NPCs in the tower. Very simple. Just follow along. Once you get the medallion case, that is when the challenges are going to open up and you are free to do whatever you want. You are also going to get Vying for Supremacy, which is the PvP side of the event in your quest tab, and Shoot to Score, which is the PvE side of things. Completing these quest chains and getting high scores is what will allow you to open the podium chests in the center of the tower, all of which contain the title SMG and the new Strand Scout Rifle Taraxipos, which I really hope I'm saying that correctly. Also, some of these can roll with multiple perks, like the gold and platinum ones that are masterworked. Be sure to check them. Let's look at the challenges. Bronze, silver, gold, platinum. These are just deposit medals. They do not need to specifically be those medals to do the challenges. They're just the names. But that is what you do. You deposit medals. Platinums are worth the most. Bronze are worth the least. You get it. Next, we have complete contender cards from Ava. The biggest thing here is that the Neo Muna cards are not working for Record Setter, which is a Gilded Triumph requirement, and they might not be working for this one either. I don't remember 100%. I would not be scooping these up for a Record Setter specifically at this time. Wait for there to be a fix. I will try to update. I can confirm that the Trials card and the Nightfall card are indeed working, though. Then we have some kill challenges. Kill with Scouts, kill with Strand, kill stuff in Supremacy or Guardian Games playlist, and kill stuff with Guardian Games weapons. Previous versions of the title will work for this. Then we have complete activity challenges. Class Pride. Do 10 special matchmaking activities. These are the ones where you join up with other people of your class, but we'll talk about that in a second. Friendly Rivalry is literally just play Crucible, Gambit, or Supremacy matches. Guardian Games Ops Nightfalls. Do a lot of those. Cloud Running. Complete stuff on Neptune. Circuit Training. Do Dares, Vanguard Ops, or Defiant Battlegrounds. Guardian Games playlist does count for this. And Crest Collector is linked in with doing Supremacy stuff. You just collect crests. For the Gilded title, you need a lot of medals dunked. You need 15 platinum cards completed. You need a platinum score in the PvE playlist, not too hard to do. And you need to do a Guardian Games Nightfall flawlessly, again, PvE playlist, and get a score of 30 in a game of Supremacy. So yeah, not that bad. Let's optimize, shall we? Supremacy. You're gonna have to play it. I know, but you gotta. Okay, it's not that bad. I played a lot of it. It's not that bad. But let's figure out how to optimize our time in here to spend as little time as possible doing these things. There are many challenges that can all be done in Supremacy at the same time. In the cards, Talented Scout, Pull Some Strings, Good Games, Class Pride, Friendly Rivalry, Crest Collector, and Classy Arsenal. That is half of the challenges. In the cards is going to be a little annoying. If you are good enough, you can complete the Platinum Trials card in one game of Supremacy. It works for Supremacy, just believe me. However, this does mean that after every game of Supremacy, or every time you complete this bounty, you need to fly back to the tower and pick up a new bounty. It is very slow, it's kind of annoying, but it is worth doing. If you are playing Supremacy and you are able to get this card completed in a single game, it is worth grabbing. Even if you do it in 2 games, it's worth grabbing. It never took me 2 games to complete this card, and I do think the average player will get it done in 1. Just do it. Okay, just do yourself the favor. This is also going to help with the gilding process, as it's just free platinum cards. It's very simple. We're going to go over other methods of getting platinum medals later on, but while you're here, while you're playing Supremacy, just do it. Talented Scout, Classy Arsenal, and Pull Some Strings. Obviously, there is a new Strand Scout Rifle, and on certain maps, it works. Maybe you got some Vostok, Midtown, Widow's Court, whatever, long-range maps. It works. If you do this step in PvE only, I've been told it is around 500 kills. But for Class Arsenal, which asks you to kill stuff with Guardian Games weapons, you get 3% per kill in PvP, which means you can either do 500 whatever PvE kills or like 34 PvP kills. And I assume it's the same for Talented Scout. The title is a pretty good SMG in PvP. I was rocking a Perpetual Motion Rangefinder role, and it did quite well. If you are able to handle yourself in PvP with a Scout, or you get a good title role, I would highly encourage you to use these guns while you're doing Supremacy to help things move along. The Scout more so than the SMG, but use whatever you can. If it comes at the cost of platinum card completions, I don't know how much I recommend it, but it's not like 500 PvE kills in 3 weeks is very difficult. Good games. You literally just play. That's pretty simple. Class Pride, this is you just playing in the special playlist. It's called Supremacy Guardian Games. You should always do this one if you can help it, as long as you're getting the challenge done. Friendly Rivalry. Again, you're just playing the game here. So nothing too complex. Finally, Crest Collector. You're just playing the game here. That's it. Just make sure to focus on picking up crests as much as possible. In short, play Supremacy with the Strand Scout Rifle that the game gives you in the special playlist while continuously picking up Trials cards from Ava. You'll be knocking out half the challenges this way. On the PvE side of things, there are many things that you can do at once. In the cards, good games. Up for the challenge, Classy Arsenal, Class Pride, Cloud Running when the strike is Hypernet. Highly suggest seizing that opportunity, by the way. Circuit Training, and Talented Scout. Again, it's the same concept. Do as many things as you can at the same time. Up for the challenge, it's going to be quite a few runs. I'm only at 53%. I ran quite a lot, what felt like quite a lot, but, you know, it's PvE. It's not that big of a deal. Good games, and in the cards are literally just playing the game. In the cards, I would just pick up the Nightfall card, not the Neomuna card while it's bugged. It's going to take you about 1.5 runs to complete the card. Same concept as the Trials card, just get a new one every other run. Talented Scout, Classy Arsenal, and Pull Some Strings. Throw on that Scout Rifle. It's not as good as something like Quicksilver Storm, I'll give you that, but you will be able to progress 3 challenges at the same time versus just 1 if you were using something like Quicksilver. Class Pride can be done by doing the recreational playlist, apparently. This is not really specified as to what counts as a special playlist for PvE versus PvP, where it is blatantly more obvious. The wording here is super weird. I did Supremacy for this because it was 100% clear what the difference is versus PvE, which is just completely ambiguous. Like, there's no clarity here. So just, yeah, recreational. Cloud Running. I highly suggest doing Hypernet while it is the strike, because you can do Up for the Challenge and Cloud Running at the same time. Otherwise, I mean, it's Neomuna stuff. Partition's gonna get you 10%. Terminal Overload, Gaguts, 0, nada, nothing. Not sure if this is bugged or not. Otherwise, I guess you got story missions, heroic public events, and lost sectors are 5%. Patrols are nothing. In short, for PvE, run Hypernet while using the Strand Scout Rifle, picking up cards from Ava whenever you complete them. Now, there are some farm strategies to get platinum medals in case you are just looking to farm platinum medals for whatever reason. Number 1 is, unfortunately, Shurochi in Last Wish. The Platinum Raid card asks you to make Orbs of Power. That's really about it. And guess where you can make a lot of Orbs of Power? That's right, it's Shurochi. Farming the checkpoint over and over again. Incredibly boring, incredibly effective. Throw on a Siphon mod, throw on a machine gun, go to town. I'm not sure if stuff like Incandescent or Volatile is going to hurt you in this endeavor. Maybe just roll without them just in case. Number 2 is the campaign mission Breakneck when picking up the Neomuna Platinum. Go through the mission on Legendary and get to this checkpoint in front of the door that you break. Kill everything here, die to the Wyvern, rinse, repeat. I'm guessing about 2 to 3 cycles or so is going to get you a platinum medal. When it comes to getting a platinum score in the strike, the biggest piece of advice I can give you soloers out there is to finish champions and other orange bars, yellow bars, anything that you can finish that's above a red bar. And then otherwise, just making sure you are getting as many spree medals as possible. That means killing stuff in groups of 3, 6, 9 kills, stuff like that. If you're just playing with randoms, it might be a little tough to make that happen, but if you lead the charge, you can absolutely get it done. It's only 175,000. You should be able to get that just by killing stuff in the strike and moving at a normal pace. If you're in a coordinated group, this should be a complete non-factor. It should be very easy. If you're wondering about going for top 10% of scores or anything like that, I don't know if there's an emblem linked to being in the top percentage of scores. Right now, it seems like purely a for fun thing. My team got 363,000 points on a run, and that's still with a bunch of improvements to be made. I really like strike scoring. I think it's super, super fun. So take the opportunity. You know, I think it's a good time. My second biggest piece of advice is to throw on champion perks. Please, for the love of God, throw them on. Throw on the champion perks in the PvE playlist. Please, at least in the competitive one. Weapon rolls. We have the new Scout, and we have the return of the title SMG. I used the title in PvP, as I mentioned earlier, Perpetual Motion and Rangefinder. It was pretty darn good. Also had Range Masterwork. The only other combo I would be interested in is like Dynamic Sway in Rangefinder. Maybe Threat Detector in Rangefinder, but that's pushing it. PvE-wise, I don't think this one is as good as a pure workhorse weapon compared to last year's, and I will probably continue to use Funnel Web. But this one does come with Repulsor Brace, which I know a lot of people like for Void-specific builds, and if you're into that, yeah, I'd maybe scoop one up. Otherwise, I don't have a ton of interest in this weapon. All the other perks are pretty mid-tier. On the Scout, for PvE, I'm looking for Outlaw or Fourth Times in the first column. I'm looking for Kill Clip or Explosive Payload in the second column. Maybe Hatchling for lower tier content. There was some hype in my stream about Gutshot Straight and Explosive Payload for PvP. These two things stack. This is probably not something I'm really going to recommend to the overwhelming majority of players. I don't like Gutshot Straight at all. It reduces target acquisition by what feels like a lot. Maybe hit up a PvP YouTuber for more guidance on that, but for me and my crowd, I don't really know what you're going to get out of this. I don't like stuff that makes me go for the body anyway. I want to go for headshots. Finally, a couple of loose ends. Number one being the Heir Apparent mission, the exotic machine gun. That is back if you want to go scoop it up and complete it. Number two, weapon XP gains are pretty beefy for the end of activities in Guardian games like Supremacy or the Nightfall, whatever. I would definitely recommend swapping your guns that need levels at the end of activities like snipers or shotguns. Bungie also fixed it so that if a gun would level up after an activity completion, that XP finally carries over into the next level. So no more weapons at 90% only getting 10% XP on activity completion. That is working properly now, so swap those weapons. Try not to forget. I think that's everything regarding Guardian games. Feel free to leave your own tips in the comments as new information is released, or maybe bugs are fixed. Hopefully Bungie gets on those. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time.